various time turner things featured in this movie are pretty neat. Actually, I think this movie does the best time travel I've ever seen in media ever. I'm Salad and I saw Harry Potter in the Prisoner of Azkaban. It is directed by Alfonso Cuarón and written by Stephen Kloves. And if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. The movie starts with following Harry Potter, and this is his third year at Hogwarts. This is his third summer, and of course he's still with his terrible, and I mean the most terrible family I've ever seen. Terrible uncle, terrible aunt, and they have terrible guests. One of the guests that they decide to bring over for Harry Potter's birthday decides to start talking smack on Harry Potter's mother without knowing who she is, or maybe having the faintest recall of who she might be, but definitely not the full picture. And Harry Potter gets mad. He doesn't use a wand. Instead, he's so angry that he inflates the lady, and the lady just turns into a balloon and just floats up. And it's like, oh, so Harry Potter's really strong. I think this is probably the first use in a movie of Harry Potter using his no wands power magic cap reserves. I don't know what it's called. He's so strong that he has the ability to use magic without a wand, which is pretty crazy. So anyway, he's like, you know what? Screw you guys, I'm running away! And then he runs away, grabs all his stuff, and then, you know what I like about this universe? The universe is a great way of explaining things that normally would be like, oh, it's a plot convenience, but no, this is actually part of this is a thing that happens, actually, in the world. This is a service. We got this, like, ghost bus thing. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. It picks up Harry Potter, and then it takes him to this place, and guess who's there? Ron and Hermione. And there's some news. Somebody broke out of Azkaban. It was Sirius Black, and Sirius Black was the guy who was so loyal to he who mustn't be named in the movie ever, Voldemort. I said the name. Yeah, he's a follower of him. And Sirius betrayed the parents of Harry Potter, which led Voldemort to do the murder of the parents. But somehow Harry Potter was strong enough to ward off against Voldemort. Fun. I feel like Voldemort should have gotten there faster. Man, Voldemort, did you not know she was pregnant? You could have just, like, come 9 months earlier. You wouldn't have to do a Harry Potter, and you've got the Potters Guild. Boom! Got him! But, yeah, Sirius Black, and we got Hogwarts is on serious lockdown. First it's like, oh, we got some Dementors. They're gonna hang out. By the way, don't go near the Dementors. They cannot tell the difference. They can't tell the difference between Sirius Black and you, so it's gonna eat you if you get near it, and that scares children. And I like that Dumbledore is so frank about everything. He's like, oh yeah, this is the blatant honesty truth of what's happening, and here's the honesty of your situation. Here's all of it. You guys are adults, essentially. You guys are between the ages of 11 and 18. Yeah, you guys can handle it. And I like that about him, because it does make it so they can handle responsibility. Instead of, like, coddling them. I feel like coddling is just bad practice in general when dealing with youngings. Well, anyway, Dumbledore, he's like, Hagrid, you're going to teach this class. Go! Hey, magical beasts! Hagrid's like, oh, cool, I have a bunch of magical beasts. I'm going to teach my first class. And there's this guy. Oh, look at him go. Buckbeak, look at him. I'm like, oh, Buckbeak's awesome. And I think it was at this point of the movie, I was like, oh man, I feel like I've literally watched this movie 3 times without having realized it. Of course, in the previous times that I watched it, it was always with some scenes. Holy memory on scenes. And also, I had forgotten why Sirius Black was such a big issue. because Sirius Black is trying to murder Harry Potter, and that's no good. And Harry Potter is like, you know what? I gotta get myself defended. I gotta defend myself. I gotta do defenses. Big defense. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to Lupin. I met him on the train. When the train stopped, there was a Dementor, and he helped. And he was like, "Go away, Dementor!" And the Dementor was like, "Ah!" And then it went away. Lupin, please help. Please help. Well, teach me the skills, says Harry Potter. And so he does. Teaches him how to do the defense thing. And it's cool. Oh man. I'm skipping all over the place. There's just so many details of this movie that is so interwoven with everything in the movie that when I remember one detail, I'm like, oh, but here's another detail, but this is further down the plot. Oops. I'm just going to say it anyway, so forgive my scattershotness. So, we got Harry Potter. He's like, I'm able to ride Buckbeak. Woo, I can't believe it. I'm able to ride Buckbeak. Then Draco Malfoy would be like, I'm gonna walk up to it, ride up to it, ignore all the instructions that Hagrid said. I'm gonna walk up to it. And then, of course, Buckbeak be like, no. And Draco Malfoy does not have much injury. Maybe has a tiny injury. But, of course, his father, big influence. He's like, execute this Buckbeak. And Hagrid's sad. Everyone's sad. There's a fat lady on the portrait. She controls access to certain rooms if you say a phrase. What's interesting is that she gets sent to a different portrait and she gets attacked. Oh no, Sirius Black is here, and then it goes into all lockdown. What's interesting, Harry Potter's given a map. Shows everybody in Hogwarts. You gotta say a phrase. And then Harry Potter's walking around. Oh, there's some guy. Who's Peter Pettigrew? What is he doing here? What it is that he's doing? I don't get it. And then Snape comes and is like, bro, what you got there, Harry Potter? Give me that. You're pulling some tricks, aren't you? It feels like Snape's always kind of get Harry Potter in trouble. But anyway, the map gets taken away from him. And he's like, wow, that's crazy. But also, what's interesting is we got a few things happening. We got Buckbeak is scheduled for execution, and then he does execute Lacry. Rip Buckbeak. And then, we got some new information. Turns out, it wasn't Sirius Black who did the betraying, but it was actually Peter Pettigrew. Who is he? Also, the black dog that Harry Potter saw at the very beginning, that was Sirius Black. He's an animorph, or anamorphous, whatever. He's an animorph. He can turn to a dog. And also Lupin's a werewolf. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. They're friends. And then Peter Pettigrew is Ron's rat. And then it's a person. He is the betrayer. And then they're like, oh my goodness, we got all this evidence. We're gonna take it to Dumbledore. We're gonna go there. Boom, boom. And then full moon happens. Lupin, werewolves, starts attacking. Of course, Sirius Black's like, fighting against him, but ultimately gets injured. And Ron gets injured, and then they're in the ephemerary, and it's like, oh no! What's gonna happen? We're being chased by the Dementors! So much is happening! There's a point where Harry Potter's like right next to this body of water, and there's Dementors going to get him. And also Sirius Black. And then there's this strange figure in the distance that goes, be gone! Dementor! And then he's gone. And it's like, wow, this is crazy. Well, I wish we could turn back time. And Hermione's like, oh, you remember the times where I was like, suddenly showing up in class? Where did you come from? I was here the entire time. This lovely thing. And so they go back in time. They are actually the cause of all the things that were weird early on in the movie. Like, for example, there's a time where Hermione's like throws a rock at the back of Harry's head, and he looks. That was Hermione. He's like, what was that? It was crazy. And they got him to look out, and then some rustling in the bushes. That was them. And guess who was the guy that saved Harry Potter? It was Harry Potter himself. Wow, it was crazy. So not only did we get Sirius Black, no more Dementor kiss. We do not want kisses from Dementors. They're not sexy. They're quite terrifying. Instead, we got Buckbeak's alive, and we got him. He's riding on the back of the Buckbeak, and they go, vroom, and then Harry Potter gets a nice new broom because his old one broke because of Dementors, and that's that. That's pretty much the movie. I have watched over a lot of fine details to service more of a generalized review of the movie, but I do think you should watch this movie again. Man, even on probably second or third we rewatched, right? Because I watched it fully for the first time in order to review this, but the previous times I've just watched it in bits and pieces. I gotta say that it's pretty great, and you find more details the more that you watch it, and it doesn't get old. Man, Harry Potter is just done well. Good job, Harry Potter, you did it. More like, good job, J.K. Rowling. I hope you, whenever you are dead, and I don't wish your death, right? But whenever you are dead, I hope you're rolling in your grave happily. JK. Got him! That was a bad setup for the bad pun. Anyway, I gotta give this movie, it's a 7.9 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. $20 redeems. Patreon.com/ASEPresents for one movie review for 1 month. Go to my link tree, support the daily grindiness of all the daily movies, so go here. And until next time, I'm in Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits. Well, excuse me. I don't know how to use that. How did Hermione use this? Just like that? I don't know. I don't think I'm using it right. Well, I'm gonna go find Buckbeak because he's cool. Adios.